As the final week of Dana White's Contender series falls upon us, we are here to celebrate the good times and reminisce on the memories that we've made throughout this season. Guys, we're here for the last week of Contender series. Thank you guys for tuning in to all these weeks. I appreciate all of the new viewers as well as those who have been there since the beginning and even last season and so on. Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate it. We're here for the 10th week. We've crushed it the last couple weeks, 5-0 both weeks. This week is going to be way harder. Way harder. Can we do it? Yeah, maybe. We're going to do our best. But you can't really get any better than 2 weeks in a row of 5-0. So we're going to hope for the best in this one. We're going to try to get all 5. It's a tricky week. This fight specifically, and I'll tell you why in just a minute, okay? In this one here, we find ourselves at 115 pounds, women's strawweight division. We have Leslie Hernandez taking on Julieta Martinez. The reason this one's tough, well, first let's get the introduction. 4-1 in the last 5, 4-1 on the career for Hernandez, so pretty new to MMA there. 7-0, 5-0 in the last 5 for Martinez. Here's the tricky part. I have on good authority from a source that I can't give away, but good authority, that the reason I don't have much on Julieta Martinez is because her manager also owns the promotion that she fought for most of the time, which Samurai Fight House or something like that. He owns that promotion, and he took down all of her fights from their page intentionally so that Miss Hernandez here could not get any information on Martinez. All of her fights have been scrubbed. You can't find them. I have this little bit from short clips that I found through social media, mostly due to that source that I don't want to mention because I don't want to get him in some hot water, but it is a him. I gave that away. I don't feel like that was crazy. It's the MMA space. You know what's up. But for Martinez here, I don't have much information. I have a few things. And from what I can tell, she's very good at a few things. And I do know that she does have a really solid Taekwondo background. And that helps. And because of that, it shows with her combinations that she often ends with a head kick. And that head kick is extremely fast. This is very impressive. I just don't know what comes before this because you don't really get a lot of that in the social media clips. Now, in the grappling, I don't know how she is in grappling. All I've seen in grappling is that extreme volume of elbows in her ground and pound. This woman is going to town on people in those clips. Now, these are only the positive moments. Now, obviously, she's 7-0. She doesn't have a ton of negative moments, of course, because you don't get to 7-0 when you're losing fights. That's not how that works. But we don't know much. We're missing a lot. In fact, 7-0 versus 4-1. So 5 fights versus 7. I've seen way more footage on Hernandez than I have on Martinez. Way more. It's not even close because I actually watched all of those. So for Martinez, we are missing so much information. So understand that when I'm making predictions on this fight, I'm going to give you my best guess. And this one is just that. It's a guess. I'm going to do that for you. But just know, we don't know much. If you happen to have some footage of those fights, if you somehow have links to those fights on some website that I don't know about or whatever, hit me up on Twitter, DM me. Or you can do Instagram, but I don't check my Instagram very often because I suck at Instagram. But Twitter's great. DM me. I'll probably notice it, and I would gladly watch those footage, the fights. So if you have them, great. We might even put out an updated thing on this one. But enough about that. Hernandez. We do know what Hernandez does. One thing about her does give me some pause, but we're going to cover that in just a moment. First, let's cover the positives. Solid striking, mostly her boxing. This woman's boxing combinations are very good. She's got good power for a 115-pound woman, and she's very good at catching her opponents as they come in, either with a check hook or a knee up the middle. Her boxing, though, that is her best ability. She can do good boxing combinations, but she struggles at kicking range. And it's not because her kicks are bad. She has decent kicks, but it's a lot of times her opponents are better at kicking, and she just doesn't feel as comfortable being the natural boxer that she is. That could be a problem because this woman can kick. This Julieta Martinez, she can definitely kick. So for Hernandez, what does she need to do? She needs to get this into boxing range, not kickboxing range, not taekwondo range. She needs to get in tight, start landing boxing combinations. If so, I think she's going to have some success because a taekwondo fighter, just going based off of what I know about the style, how Martinez is going to stand, is that I think that she's going to have trouble in close if this gets into boxing range as opposed to the taekwondo range. So for Hernandez, there's a clear path for the striking for her to go well for her, but there's also a clear path for it to go very poor for her. In the grappling, she's decent. I like that she knows what she's good at and will do what she needs to do to get that into that world. She wants to box. Decent takedowns. she'll mix those in when she needs to. She's smart about it. She does a good job of using it just to win the round. Good scrambles, and she uses her legs to create space extremely well. People don't do this very often. They instead use their legs to pull their opponent in and, oh, we're going to try to hug them here, maybe sweep, do stuff over her back. Nah. Leslie does a good job of trying to use her legs to get her opponent back so she can scramble up to her feet, start landing her boxing combinations, or just throw a bunch of kicks off her back and just swing wild until the opponent backs up and lets her up. She does a good job at that. I like that from her. Ultimately, this one is super tricky because Martinez could be an absolute monster. The only thing we've seen are the really positive highlights. I'm going to go with the person that I know. Sometimes you take the devil you know over the devil you don't. We're taking Leslie Hernandez. Not that she's a devil. I'm sure she's a very nice lady. We're taking Leslie Hernandez as the pick right now. Just based on the fact that I think she can close the distance and get into boxing range. But I do think that there's a very high possibility that a combination comes from Martinez before this gets to boxing range, and that head kick comes up and knocks Leslie out with that head kick. So take it for what you will. I'm taking Hernandez. Martinez is a really good shot. Hard to say. Let me know what you guys think. And again, if you have footage on Miss Martinez here that's like full fights, not just like her clips on Instagram, already watched those. If you have those fights, send them over to me on Twitter or Instagram. But like I said, I probably don't check Instagram enough, but link to Twitter's in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a comment below with who your prediction is, and also hit the like button while you're down there, and check out the rest of the videos on this playlist, and I will see you in one of those.